Hello everybody and welcome back to Fallout Equestria Pink Eyes. In the last part here, I'm just going to do my best to remember. Little Pit met some ghouls. She didn't get to know them long because the nuke went off. Oopsies. And stadium fell on her head. And then she met some griffins. One of them was the griffin to a character we met in the last chapter. And the two of them got stuck inside a building for a little bit, but then, Pink Eyes here, Puppysmiles came in clutch and did their old classic poison spell and rescued a couple of slaves. So that is what happened. Not the best summary. Maybe I'll try to learn to do better summaries as we go through here, but I want to at least try to starting these off with summaries. So, Chapter 7, Full Sitting, edited by Yusi. What, these sweet little angels? They'll be no problem at all. Yeah, and she was wrong about that. Day 6, time approximately 9 p.m. Location, Tunneltown, Big 52 North Branch. Trigger Happy had been a guard for a good half of her life, and she was pretty sure she'd seen everything that could try to go through the tunnel gates. Tonight the mayor had to admit that she had been wrong, but the fact that all her guards were cowering behind her because of a foal in a funny costume was still upsetting. Alright, scaredy ponies, I'm taking this one. Just relax, and for the sake of my sorry tale, don't shoot blindly. The unicorn mare stepped out of the guard post and trotted towards the yellow foal, who was surrounded by an eerie pink light. Okay, that's close enough. Stop right there and tell me what the hey are you? Trigger didn't actually expect the foal to comply, but when she sat down, the guard chief felt relieved. A strange pony rose a hoof and waved at. Hi, I'm Puppysmiles. Have you seen my mom? Trigger Happy frowned. Puppysmiles, as in Puppysmiles the ghost? I'm not a ghost, I'm a filly, protested the foal. She was carrying something long and red strapped to her back. It didn't seem a weapon. Nonetheless, it was quite large. Let me guess, you zoomed all the way from Salt Cube City through the marshes on a red racer? Puppy giggled. Nope, I had to trot a bit because the fat unicorn was super boringly slow. Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice. Oh, he's talking about the mother. That's rude. The who now? No, wait. On a second thought, I don't care. Trigger sighed. Now I'm coming over. You just don't do anything, ghostly. For a moment, the mare turned her head toward the guard post just to meet 3 pairs of eyes that were carefully hiding behind the barricade. One of her guards waved a little white banner for a second. She wished for a less stupid crew, then trotted toward Puppysmiles. Hi, you're pretty, Miss Pretty Pony. What's your name? The small smiled, her friendliest smile. It's just a filly with a pair of glowing eyes. Probably caused by a mild case of radiation poisoning. Trigger chuckled. Are you serious? You are the Puppysmiles from the news? The one from the carnival in Salt Cube City? The guard laughed. Oh, please, give me a break. Puppy smiled and laughed too. Ah ha ha, that's funny. Why are we laughing? At the filly's question, the guard chief laughed even louder. Name's Trigger. Happy. You can call me Trigger. Name's Trigger Happy. You can call me Trigger. Okay. God, these people with their names. Oh, God. So barbaric. Sure. Anyhow, I have something for you. The guard took a yellow piece of plastic and handed it to Puppysmiles. Here's a pass. A griffin by the name of Henrietta was here at noon. She waited until dusk for you, but then she had to move. Before leaving, she brought you the ticket saying that you were arriving tonight or tomorrow at worst. Henry? Was here? Was she all right? Yes, I think. She wasn't very chatty, but I never met a chatty griffin. The guard turned on her tail and trotted back to the guard post. Come in. Staying inside this late is unhealthy. Outside this late is unhealthy. We have some bloodwing issues round here. What's a bloodwing? Puppy asked, trotting behind her. If you ask me, they're trouble. Think of them as large flying leeches. The mayor snickered and beckoned Puppy inside the guard post. The place was a low building surrounded by sandbags and rusted plates of metal. A couple of miniguns were placed in front of the windows overlooking the bridge, and there was a stack of ammo boxes stashed in the corner. Three ponies greeted Puppy with a scarce enthusiasm when she followed the mare inside. Look alive, guys. This is Puppysmiles, the hero of the carnival. As far as I know, she's on our side. So now we don't have to fear nothing. The guard chief snickered. I'd give my cutie mark to see how Lonesome Pony would react if he knew what his hero really looks like. Anyhow, this is Green Pear, Jammed Gun, and Little Bean. God, the names, I love them. The names are so silly. Hi, I'm Puppysmiles. The filly trotted toward the trio of ponies since her new friend seemed a bit uneasy. She felt that, she felt that something more had to be said. I'm looking for my mom. She's somewhere inside the mountain. One of the three guards raised an eyebrow and mumbled, well, that could be a problem. Okay, day 6, time 9:45 p.m. Location Tunnel Town, Big 52, North Branch. Wow, it's huge, Puppy said in front of the tunnel entrance. It consisted of a large archway high enough to let in both ground carts and air wagons for emergencies or maintenance. Honestly, this place sounds pretty impressive. I gotta give them credit, though. This sounds like a hidden gem in a swamp, so seems kind of impressive. The entrance was so wide it could have handled passage from both directions at once. The concrete of the tunnel walls ended abruptly 20 meters into the mountain, where a rusted metal bulkhead sealed it. On the door there was a symbol of a white alicorn, but this one seemed more bulky and manly than the goddesses. Around the symbol ran a motto, Solaris Inc. Try the alternative. Uh-oh. So is this a competitor to Stable Tech? Under the company's slogan, there was a big red symbol suggesting danger that occupied most of the door. See? Trigger Happy knocked at the metal door a couple of times. It's sealed. I'm afraid that your journey ends here, little one. But my mom is in there. Look at the arrow, see? It points to the door. I have to go inside the mountain. Open it, please. Puppy put on her best pal. Puppy, please? Miss Happy Pretty Pony. The guard chief stepped back, frowning. Wow. Those eyes should be classified as illegal military ordnance. Still, I'm sorry, Puppy. There's no way inside the tunnel. We have tried our best to reopen it, but as you can see, it's winning the match. But I really have to go there. My mom is waiting for me. The filly stubbornly stomped her hooves. The guard named Jammed Gun tapped his chin with the hoof and muttered, I think that TNT once said something about getting inside using the vents. Trigger's eyes widened. Shush! She launched an angry stab at her subordinate before quickly turning back to Puppy, trying to hide a concerned look under a fake smile. See? No way inside. She tried to hold a poker face, but the fool was already frowning. Vents? What are the vents? Please, I'll do anything. I feel like this child, with all due respect, is dumber than most children. Just a pinch. Feel like couple other fillies, colts or whatever, were a little bit more intellectual to figure this kind of crud out. I have this. Puppy produced one of the tank shells from the military base. This one had a black band around its head. See? It's shiny and super duper nice. You let me go inside and I'll give it to you. Deal? How the heck did she just had a military ordnance shell inside her freaking hazmat suit? You know what? I guess if you really think about it, you can technically do that stuff in the Fallout games. Just pull out a minigun, flamethrower, laser gat. What's the difference, right? Why shouldn't it be any different? Puppy, it's dangerous. I can't let a foal trot to certain death. I'm sorry. Foal stepped back on the verge of tears. I'm not afraid, and you are unfair. If it was your mom that was closed inside, you would already be opening that stupid door. And, the filly bucked the door. I can't stop now. She is there. She must be there. Jam stepped next to Trigger and whispered, why not let her in? After all, she already saved 2 towns. Besides, I don't think she's just a foal. The unicorn guard sighed before she replied, we don't know what's going on inside the tunnel right now, but I'd like to recall the day the door closed. I clearly remember the ponies trapped inside hitting the door and asking for help. The sound of the guns and the voices screaming in pain and terror. Oh god. Oh, it's a vault incident. Oh geez, this takes me back. Trigger softly bumped Jam's forehead with the hoof. Look at her. Maybe she's not your average little pony, but she's a kid, and I'm not sending kids to clear minefields. The stallion guard looked into her chief's eyes. Do you think that she'll give up this easy? If she really is the famous ghost, I bet that there will be nothing that can stop her. Trigger heavy-faced Hoof. Are you telling... Are you falling for those fairy tales? Please, get real. She's just a filly with a full envirosuit and mild radiation poisoning. Just a pinch. Just a pinch of rad poisoning on the side. In the meantime, Puppy was still standing in front of the door, muttering to her by herself. I'm not a foal, I'm a big pony. I've made a balloon fly. The filly frowned, but suddenly a new idea hit her head, making her smile cunningly. Say, Mr. Voice, what is this vent they are talking about? Vent. Ventilation system, used to move fresh air inside closed spaces. In the case of a tunnel, it consists of a long web of passages that take air from the outside and pump it inside using fans and small ducts large enough to let a single pony crawl through for maintenance. The more you know. So, are there other doors to go inside the mountain from where the air gets in? Asked the foal, trying to translate what she was just told. Affirmative. Loading local maps. Solaris Inc. Tunnel North 2. I don't know. Tunnel North 2? Not sure. Analyzing technical blueprints. Warning. Warning. Part of the blueprints are not available due to military restrictions. Loading sections AO1, AO2, and AO3. Loading maintenance tunnel blueprints. Analyzing. Elaborating route. Maintenance hatch AO1 through AO4 set as new waypoint. The pink arrow disappeared from the compass and appeared again, pointing to a new direction. A grin appeared on Puppy's muzzle once again. She outsmarted her rivals. That suit is OP. Just telling you where to go exactly. That's nuts. And I'm saying that I've never seen a pony survive inside a sealed suit for more than 3 days. Your kid seems to be just a bit too fine to be normal. Jammed Gun pointed a hoof at the empty place where Puppy was supposed to be. Then he looked at the empty place, and at last he realized that something was missing. Something of the size and color of Puppysmiles. What the hey? Oh gosh, yeah, you screwed up. Crafty. Clever girl. Trigger Happy jumped on her hooves, looking around frantically. She was here moments ago. Why didn't you keep an eye on that filly? Oh, now I had to watch after the yellow glowing pony lamp? Then what were you supposed to do? Jammed snickered. See? Exactly what I was saying. You can't stop the ghost of the Big 52. She's not a ghost. Stop blabbering. Trigger Happy waved a hoof, dismissing the idea, but her companion kept talking. Now please, Happy, listen to me for a moment. This place is getting worse every day. When we were kids, we used to play outside, and the Big 52 had way less slavers and bandits. The tribes were strong enough to keep order and make every pony feel a little safe. The stallion sighed. Don't you miss those days, Happy? The mare looked down, sadness filling her eyes with a dim shadow of tears. Yeah, but at that time it was easier. The tunnels was still open, and Sun City was a civilized place. Now the Big 52 is just a bunch of detours and dangerous trails. Yeah, I know. So I was wondering this. They say that everything has a spirit, right? Jammed Gun was trying hard to explain a thing that was quite clear in his head, but not that easy to put down in words. Dude, I bet this guy just heard the word of the Omnissiah. The machine spirit. It's like a city. A city is more than the ponies that live in it. The efforts of the community and the hopes of the family sustain each other, feeding a common will that makes you feel as if the whole place is alive. Yeah, it's called a community. So what? Happy looked at the stallion with a dubious expression. I hope you're really going somewhere with this, because we have lost a filly right now. We have a lost filly right now. I cannot talk right today. So even the Big 52 is something like that, right? I mean, the Red Trotters, the White Apples, the Sand Sweepers, and all the other tribes. Maybe they're separated, but they all live on the same long route from the ridges to Emerald Shores. We are all on the same road, and we are all citizens of the Big 52. Jammed Gun raised a hoof, pointing north and arching to south with a slow moment. Salt Cube City belongs to the White Apple, yes? But the Big 52 belongs to every pony that lives along it. This is a very poetic idea. Still, I can't see how this will help us to find Puppy. I'm almost there. We both had that feeling, you know? That the Big 52 is dying, slowly but inexorably sliding into the same horrors as the rest of Equestria. And suddenly, bang! This ghost appears and starts solving problems that vexed us for years. The Red Trotters were slowly giving up. The carnival was killing more than a foal per year. It was killing hope. Once I heard a trader say that the mares of the tribe refused to have foals because they were scared to lose them. And the ghouls? Do you know how many caravans traveled only as far as Exchange Station Badlands because making the trip to downtown wasn't worth the additional escort? Well, yes, okay, but I don't think that a foal can. Trigger was interrupted by Jammed, and I think she can. The pony was dead serious. Think about that griffin today. Have you seen her eyes? She had this light, as if things for her sucked for a lifetime, but finally they were going to get better. She had hope. And she showed gratitude. Think about it. Think about it, think about this, Happy. How many ponies in this sinkhole value gratitude? Maybe some years ago it was still common to think of the ponies as something other than a potential threat. Nowadays, if you don't have the pass, you aren't given even a chance. Jammed paused for a moment, but now Trigger was listening carefully and didn't interrupt him. And now she needs to get into the tunnel. Maybe she is just a lucky foal, or a dead one, but I want to believe that she's something more. Okay? She's not the stable dweller, nor security, but she's all we got down here. Just the good old Big 52 trying to fix things by herself. Trigger Happy sighed. You are a dreamer and a silly pony, Jam. If you have a problem, you can't just wait for some pony else to come and solve it for you. You have to face it and work hard in order to earn something. The mare looked away at the ever-clouded sky, but I have to admit that on one thing you were right. That filly doesn't know when to give up. I think I know where she's headed, and Luna curse my soul if I'm letting her wander into trouble. Oh! This could be a relationship building moment. Oh my gosh, you know, okay, I'm gonna use my mind powers here. I'm going to assume they're gonna go in looking for her. One of them, or two, or the both of them, are going to die trying to help Puppy out, but Puppy is going to escape unscathed at the cost of one of these two characters. That's just a hunch. Day 6, approximately 10:15 p.m. Location Solaris Tunnel, Tunnel Town. A metallic sound echoed through the ventilation ducts. The whole place was pitch black except for the dim light from Puppy's eyes in the helmet's HUD. For the filly, it was more than enough to see where she was going. After all, she was following the arrow. She couldn't be wrong. That arrow is so OP. So when I find Mom, I'm hugging her super strong, then she'll kiss me and we will be together forever. The filly was reviewing the vital passage of a new plan, because this time she didn't move away, right, Mr. Voice? Negative. There is a 99.9% probability that your female parent will not be present or in condition to. Hey, don't even try that. A positive attitude is everything. Puppy stopped for a moment and looked around. Hey, did you hear that? Like some pony calling? The filly took a deep breath. I'm here! Where are you? The sound of Puppy's voice echoed for a lifetime in the dark and lifeless tunnels before dying. A distant voice seemed to reply, but Puppy couldn't hear it very well. Where is this voice coming from? Analyzing. White noise and distortion are too high. Impossible. Oh god, I lost it. Impossible to determine the source of origin. Oh well, then let's move. Trotting away, Puppy found herself looking down from a grate. Just below her there was a black and bottomless void ready to devour anything. Why is the arrow pointing down now? Loading instructions. You need to reach the main tunnel ground level in order to proceed. Maintenance grade A01. A001 is the nearest passage to reach the next section of the tunnel. Oh gosh, see, you know, when we get stuff like that, I can't tell. This kind of throws me off. I'm not sure if it's like section blah 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 type of thing. Section C, sublevel 6. I don't know. That kind of junk. You get the idea. Alright, 10:15 p.m. Tunnel Town. I don't give a fuck about your opinion, Jam. Now give me the light helmet and help me with that checklist. Trigger Happy was wearing a worn-out maintenance suit equipped with a wide variety of tools. Jam Gun sighed, trying to appear annoyed. It wasn't hard to sense that he was worried to death. As you wish, Happy, but please come back. Trigger snorted and looked away. The list? The stallion sighed again, shook his head. Rope, check. Batteries, check. Canteen, check. Shotgun and slugs, check, check. Common sense, check. Hey, stop playing around. Gem Gun snapped. This time he couldn't keep it inside. And you stop trying to kill yourself, Happy. You are a good shot and an action pony, but you're still a pony. You could get killed, and I don't want to lose you. The mare cocked her head. Lose me? What do you mean by that? Ooh! I mean that I love you, Trigger Happy. The sauce. The sauce. Yo, yo. Ooh, ooh, the sauce. Since we were just little more than foals, why do you think I enrolled into the guards instead of keeping Pa's Tavern? Please don't go, or at least let me come with you. Trigger tilted her head, frowning. You mean you had a crush on me for like 12 years and never said a single word? Even when Black Hat and I... Trigger shook her head. You're kidding me. This is another fucking joke, isn't it? Jam Gun sat down, lowering his eyes. I wish it was, but you can be really cruel sometimes, and I'm a shy guy, you know? But I can't just watch you kill yourself over a ghost. She's not a ghost. Why must you be this stupid? She's a little foal and she's in danger. Happy grimaced. Since she's not coming back, I'm going inside to get her, and I'll spank her so hard that she will never do such things. The bear paused for a moment. Oh, and I'm sorry, but after Black Hat, I'm more to fillies than colts. What? We should talk about this when I'm back. Is the list... Okay, you do you. Oh, man. No, that's fair. No, that's fair. I guess. Okay. Gun's jaw hung open for some seconds before he regained control and slowly nodded. Sweet, I'll be back soon. The guard crawled inside the maintenance tunnel, disappearing in the darkness. Great, I got dumped. 12 years to find the guts to spit it out, and I got dumped. Fuck, I'm out of here. Maybe Littlebean didn't finish that wild Pegasus. The stallion turned on his tail and walked away, stopping one last time. A little whisper, please come back all in one piece. Oh, that poor guy. Oh, God, this poor man. Oh, I feel bad for him. He just got replaced. Ouch. Warning, you were doing it wrong. Puppy was jumping up and down on the ventilation grate. That after a minute of this treatment had begun to crack, a bolt detached from the frame and fell into the black nothingness underneath. Don't worry, when the grate falls, I'll jump away super fast. What could even go wrong? After all, I'm Space Captain Andromeda! Thud. Owie. Repair spell activated. 10:30 p.m. Solaris Tunnel Town. Trigger Happy slowly crawled down the maintenance tunnels, searching for some sign of Puppy's passage. The unicorn guard was quite sure that the filly entered the tunnels from the same hatch she did, but that place was hell of a labyrinth. Luckily enough, she had a chalk and some decent light. Passage above a ventilation grate, the mare stopped to look down in the main tunnel 15 meters below. The grate creaked dangerously under her weight, but held. Sweet mother of Luna. Right below Trigger, there was a first trade of the tunnel. Not far from the metal doors that separated it from the town, piles of bones were amassed on the ground, as if about 24 ponies were corralled there and executed on the spot. Rogue security systems. Classic. Never gets old. Trigger could still remember the day the doors closed. It was an ordinary day of 10 years ago. She had just begun her career as a town guard and still had to take tunnel patrol duty, though of course she had already been through many, many times before. The passage connected Tunnel Town with Trade Station Tunnel South, and it was the only way to get past Sugartop Mountain besides the pass. But the pass was dangerous on clear days and practically suicide when it rained. If you wanted to reach the northern branch of the Big 52 from south, you had to trot 6 kilometers underground and pay good caps for it. Then the door slammed shut. But there were no warnings, nor telltale signs, and the worst of all, there seemed to be no reason. Simply the thick, gigantic bulkheads fell from the ceiling and sealed the tunnel with all the ponies that were inside at that moment. For about an hour, ponies on both sides of the doors tried to open them, but suddenly those inside started screaming and beating on the metal, begging to let them out. It was at that point that there came the gunshots, the roar of 24 machine guns that put a stop to the screaming. After that day, only silent darkness dwelt in the tunnel. At first, a couple of adventurers tried to get inside and hack the doors, but they never came back. With time, the ponies of Tunneltown resigned to this turning of events and worked hard to make the pass a little safer. A lot of ponies died trying to exterminate the predators' nests along the path, and they built a couple of shacks on the trail, but the caravans today were less than a fifth of the ones that used to pass when the tunnel was open. Tunneltown was slowly dying. Those skeletons below were just the first victims of this senseless tragedy, and maybe they were also the lucky ones. At least, their end was fast. Suddenly, the sound of machine guns echoed in the tunnel. Trigger rubbed her ears to be sure that she wasn't hallucinating, but the guns kept firing. Fuck, I'm late. That poor filly. Why did Jam have to make me lose so much time? If I had been faster, Puppy could still be... Wait. Why do they keep firing? The machine guns were still roaring in the distance if they were fighting something rather than simply slaughtering it. Maybe the fool found some shelter the security turrets couldn't hit her. Maybe it wasn't too late. I just imagine Puppy's just being, like, shot full of bullets right now. It's like, repair system activated. As long as the guns fired, it meant that Puppy hadn't still been killed. Trigger took the screwdriver and the rope from her utility saddle. Hold on, little one. Big sis is coming for you. Oh, that's so cute. I love it. That's adorable. Alright, day 6, approximately 10:45 p.m. Location Solaris Tunnel, Tunneltown. Puppy trotted toward an abandoned cart in the middle of the road. The filly tried sniffing it, but it was a bit difficult since she was wearing a helmet. This place is full of cool stuff like food, toys, and those noisy guns that every pony is carrying around these days. Maybe it's some sort of super big closet. The little pony shrugged. Very well, let's find Mom. Stop right there, criminal scum. Stop right there, criminal scum. A boisterous voice echoed in the tunnel, making Puppy turn her head. Oh, hi there, I'm Puppysmiles. A robot as large as a pony in heavy armor stood in front of the filly. It had the Solaris Inc. brand on its flanks, and a couple of firearms attached to each side. Surrender now, and be annihilated. Do you win? Do you get to win in that sentence? Surrender now and be annihilated? What? That's a lose-lose situation. Puppy giggled. Silly robot. It's surrender or be whatever. The robot opened fire, hitting the cart and the filly in yellow with no less than a dozen projectiles. Now a rapid-fire gun uses small-caliber bullets that have a decent piercing power but are nothing special when it comes to dismembering things. Puppy looked down at the holes in the suit as thin thread of pink smoke snaked out into the air. Hey, I was using this space suit. Oh, I get it now. You are a bully bot. Raising a hoof, the fool stared at the machine. I don't like bully bots. Rock? The security bot sprayed another several bullets at the fool, who charged it with the Rock of Destiny, floating at her side. When the gun stopped to reload, Puppy jumped at its head, hitting its faceplate with all her might and a stone. The fool was getting good at this hitting thing. In fact, after just 3 consecutive strikes in the same place, the glassy visor of the robot cracked, revealing its sensor bay, which was then destroyed in a single hit. The machine stopped functioning almost immediately. I feel like Rock here, the Rock of Destiny, is gonna come in clutch for the end of this story, right? Like, the Rock of Destiny. This rock is going to be like a endgame item. And stop bullying fillies, dumb robot. Stop right there, criminal scum. Another 2 sentinels opened fire at Puppy throughout the distance. They mostly missed her. More bullies? Very well, I have something for you too, stupid bullies. A hail of bullets almost tore away one of the foal's hind legs, but with Puppy almost wasn't good enough, and the wound simply slowed her. Don't you know that I am a nice filly and I always try to behave? You are making me not behave. I'm gonna get in trouble for this. With the Rock of Destiny in her hoof, she was already on the second robot, cracking its visor. 3 other sentinels arrive. Oh my god, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to get a pen or something when we got an interesting KD ratio going on. Hold on, let me open up Notepad here. That's not the right Notepad. Hold on. Let's see. Rock of Destiny KD. Let's see. There were the 3 ghouls earlier, so 3. And what that? She just killed 1. Okay, so +1. What else? The 3 other sentinels arrived, emptying their barrels into the rumble, but the foe was way smaller than the robots, and their friendly fire destroyed another machine with just the sheer volume of bullets. Oh wait, they were smaller? But the foe was way smaller than the robots, and their friendly fire destroyed another machine. Okay, so they completely missed. So that's not 2 kills then. That's not 3 kills. Aren't you listening? Are you stupid or what? Puppy jumped on another robot, springing off the carcass of her last victim. Tracers zipped all around and through her, while the suit rang every sort of alarm. Puppy, she didn't care. She just kept going. Phillies are made of sugar! Landing on the robot's face, she hit the top of its head, piercing it with her weapon in just 5 strikes. In the meantime, one of the other 2 remaining robots ran out of ammo. Okay. +1. Spice! Puppy put a hoof inside the hole she had... Wait, sugar and spice! Puppy put a hoof inside the hole she had made using the Rock of Destiny and pulled out all the cables and circuitry she could. Something in the robot crackled and sparkled, and it emptied what was left of its magazines all around, destroying the remaining 2 sentinels and then shutting down itself. Okay, so I'm just counting that as 1 kill during that last little segment there. So she killed 2 robots by herself. And clank. Everything. Clank. Nice. Clank. I don't know. The foe at last found some time to breathe while the smoke of the burning wreckage dispersed a little, mixing itself with the pink gas that leaked from the holes in her suit. Her ears still rang with the sound of firearms, while a pink goo dripped from the larger tears, evaporating as soon as it touched ground and mixing again with the cloud around her. The pink cloud, as usual, didn't dissolve, instead forming a thick curtain of smoke around the ghoul, and slowly beginning to vanish only when the holes in the suit were mended. The repairing was almost done when a familiar voice called for Puppy's name. No! 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 No, don't die! Hold on, Puppy, almost there. The sound of galloping hooves echoed in the large gallery, and the pink, eerie light cast by ghoul appeared trick her happy silhouette. Hi, Miss Pretty Guard Pony. Did you fall from the ceiling too? The mare ignored Puppy's question, rushed to her, hitting the filly on top of her helmet. You stupid, stupid, silly pony. Tears ran along the guard's muzzle. You're alive. Thanks, Celestia. I was so worried. Why did you run away? Happy hugged Puppy. Now go back to the tunnel town. Your mom can't be here, see? They are just abandoned carts and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 destroyed sentinel bots? No, I swear. I swear she killed only 2 of them with the rock. Right? Right? I might be wrong. That's gonna screw up the numbers. Trigger blanked a bit, stumped. You just single-hoofedly destroyed 6 sentinels? Please don't tell Mom. The foal's eyes were 2 pink, watery lights at the surrounding darkness. Puppy, please? Are you kidding me? How did you do that? The guard pointed at the carcasses. I mean, 6 sentinels and not a single scratch? Puppy showed Trigger the Rock of Destiny. But they were bullying me. I told them to quit, but they had those noisy things and kept being mean. Mom doesn't want me to beat other ponies. Please, when we find Mom, don't tell her. The unicorn studied the damage on the robots. These 3 were shoot, but the other 3 you actually stoned to death. Okay, she stoned a total of 3 robots. Oh god, okay. Hold on, let's see. Oh, I'm trying to think here. I'm really trying to think. I'm trying to keep tap of numbers here. It's just kind of tricky. She killed 3 ghouls, 3 robots with rock. Okay, so she got 6 kills with that thing. I could be wrong. That number might be wrong. The unicorn studied the damage on the robots. These 3 were shot, but the other 3, you actually stoned them to death? Happy stared at Puppy. What are you? The filly tilted her head a bit perplexed. I'm Puppysmiles. Please give me a break. I heard the firefight from the tunnel's entrance. You can't just stand there unwounded and smiling like a ghost. Realization hit Trigger Happy like a 10-ton anvil. She wasn't an educated bear, but she heard a lot of stories from traders and their guards. You're a Cantalot ghoul. Oh yeah, the terror's kicking in. Now you're breathing in that paint crud all around you. Yes, I'm from Cantalot. Actually from Cloverleaf Terrace, but even if it's downtown, it's still Cantalot, you know? Happy backpedaled another couple of meters as she noticed the last ribbons of pink smoke vanishing in the dark air and suddenly felt very, very itchy. In a rush to panic, she downed a healing potion in a single gulp and backed off even further. Puppy looked at the unicorn and frowned. Is something wrong, Miss Happy Pretty Pony? This is ridiculous. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be talking to me with me now. Trigger's eyes betrayed her fear. You're just a what? A monster? A walking dead? A ghost? Shut the fuck up, Happy. She's a kid. She talks like a kid and acts like a kid. I made all this way to save Puppysmiles and I won't go back without this filly. Props to her for controlling herself. For a second I thought that pink crud was going to kill her. She might become a ghoul. I'm not sure. The guard found the courage to put on a smile for the perplexed filly. You're just a little lost, but I'm sure that I'll figure a way to help you if we go back to town. But I can't. Puppy stomped a hoof on the road. Mom is here. The arrow says that I must keep trotting in that direction. Please don't take me back. I'm almost there. I need my mom. I don't know if this is really so important for you. I guess that if you promise to be really cautious, then we could try to go a little further. There were some other destroyed sentinels along the tunnel. Maybe these were the last functioning ones. Yay! Puppy jumped all around like a spring toy. You know, I'll take it. If this is like... I know Henrietta, right? Henrietta is like a good friend to them. Pseudo, I guess. You know, she hasn't really made any long-term friends. But like... I hope they have at least one person to kind of exist with them. She's made a couple of folks. Well, met a couple of folks that didn't seem to mind her. After a while, getting stabbed in the neck. Please state your identification code and personal password. This had to be the mother of all sentinels. It was at least as tall as 3 ponies and had a payload of weapons that made the average steel ranger look like a toy. Hell, Trigger Happy could have even named some sort of the weapons that thing had. Is this a sentry bot? Is that what I'm understanding? We should go back, Puppy. No, wait. I know this guessing game. It's a genie. The foal cleared her voice. FT00165 RDC1GA. There was a long pause. Trigger readied herself to grab Puppy and run like she never run before. Please state your passcode for this ID. The filly smiled and declared merrily, Hi, I'm Puppysmiles. Without even waiting for a reply, the guard mare hauled the foal on her back and started running. Please, holy goddess of acceleration, don't fail me now. Whee! Puppy was not exactly sure what was going on, but she was riding a pony, and riding a pony was always fun. ID accepted. First class technician, rainy days. Access to maintenance section granted. Please do not enter into red-marked areas without a Solaris pass card. Happy abruptly stopped, almost sending her passenger flying across the tunnel. The filly grabbed the guard's neck, and the 2 ponies found themselves looking into each other's eyes. Puppy was smiling. That was fun. Let's do it again. I like piggyback rides. Hey, why are you putting me down? The unicorn sighed, putting the foal on the top of the helmet. Patting the foal on the top of the helmet. Don't worry, I'll give you another ride, but now I guess that the sentry is letting us go inside. Well, duh, sure. I said the magic words. Puppy trotted to the metal doors behind the towering robot and tried pushing them. As soon as she touched the metal, the reinforced door slid open, revealing a corridor lit with dim flickering lights. A distant voice repeated a long sequence of emergencies in dull tone. Warning, primary power source cut off. Emergency shutdown procedure engaged. Warning, intruders in the sectors from A01 to A03. Warning, security robots not responding. Warning, comm station offline. Warning, Puppy sighed. Oh, another whiny bot. Come again? Trigger tilted her head. You know, whiny bots. The blank stare from the guard made Puppy sigh. I really have to teach you everything. There are 3 types of robots. Fun bots, they are friendly and funny, like Miss Voice or Questioner. Then there are bully bots, that are nasty and not so fun. Usually I have to break those ones, and I really hope that Mom won't spank me for this. And there are whiny bots. They can only whine because everything is wrong, like Mr. Voice and... Negative. I am not a whiny bot. I am an advanced pony machine interface designed for... Yeah, sure, I was talking with Happy. Could you please wait a moment? The voice from the suit stopped while Trigger Happy stared at the filly in disbelief. The suit comes off as a little bit sentient for what it is sometimes. I have to give it credit for that. You are wearing a talking suit? Yeah, and he's smart, but don't even try that joke. Smarter than you. And then I say yes, and then you laugh. The guard frowned. Hey, what kind of pony do you think I am? I was just surprised, that's all. Okie dokie then. This is a super smart spacesuit that talks and tells me where my mom is. I follow him and usually find a lot of friends and some not so friendly ponies, but we still have to find Mom. Maybe this time we'll be lucky. Oh yeah, his name is Mr. Voice. Puppy smiled, waiting for her reaction. Trigger nodded weakly. Yeah, whatever. So, that thing works more or less like a very large pit buck. I guess this explains a lot of things, like how the hey you knew where the ventilation hatch was. The mare sighed before continuing. Alright, little one, where now? Day 7, approximately 1 a.m., Solaris Tunnel, Tunnel Town. Long story short, it took a little more than an hour for the 2 ponies to reach an old, rusted generator room and make the geothermal turbines run again. Luckily enough, it was just a matter of cables cut by fallen steel beam, with some salvaging and jury rigging, mostly done by Trigger Happy. The electricity was now running along the cables again. Okay, let's see. Yes, the elevator is working again. We can go up. The unicorn mare cleaned the sweat from her face and pushed open the elevator doors. Yay, I'm going to see Mom. Thank you so much, Miss Happy. The guard smiled weakly. She didn't believe that Puppy's mother really was somewhere near this place. But she was proved wrong so many times today. Maybe a little positive thinking is just what we needed, after all. Good. We have just to hit the attic and see ourselves. Now, this is where I'm concerned that she's going to learn the sad truth of her deceased mother. So, I'm very concerned about that. Okay. The elevator ran for more than a minute, tormenting the 2 passengers with lousy music that made Happy regret restarting the generators. When the door opened again, there was a room with a whole wall made up of windows, and there were large screens everywhere. It was the tunnel maintenance control room, and it hung above Sugartop Mountain from a panoramic position that let Trigger see all the northern plains, even in the darkness of the ever-clouded night. My bad. Puppy trotted around for a bit. It wasn't a very large place, but it had a lot of metal tables. I cannot talk today, with terminals on them and some large mainframes stuck in a wall that could have actually hidden a crouched pony, but the room was clearly empty and Trigger wasn't completely sure that just calling Mom louder was going to make her magically appear. Puppy, I don't think she's here. The filly turned her head towards the mare, and for a moment the unicorn felt a block of ice paralyzing her guts. Those eyes, so angry, so desperate, so empty. It lasted for just a moment, but now the unicorn knew exactly how the filly had been able to overcome 6 sentinels with a rock. Never cross her if you value your life. I mean, maybe she moved away. Puppy lowered her eyes and sighed. Yeah, maybe. Last time she left some voice thingy that said she was coming here. Miss Voice could help a little with that. The foal was now trying to smile again. That little ghost was full of anger, but she fought it with optimism. How long will this last? How long before she loses hope? And what will happen then? Mr. Voice, we need a professional. Call Miss Voice. This is interesting. Because little Puppy here is like holding on to hope and optimism and all these positivity traits, right? But eventually the wasteland will break you. What will happen when a Canterlot ghoul from the past breaks? What if they lose that hope? That's a concerning thing to think about. Level 6, new perk added, Hard Rock. Okay, you got a rock. Now show us how bad you are with it. When using rocks, you ignore an additional 10 points of target damage threshold. Dang, dude. That's kind of wild, I have to admit. I really like that. They really kind of cleared that up at the end. That's so weird. So is she just gonna lose her mind? And just start, you know, going feral and stuff? That's a curious question. I'm genuinely thinking about that. That's cool. So far, though, Trigger Happy seems pretty chill. They seem all right. They're doing their best. They're a little scared. They're a little scared of Puppy. I mean, I know they're a ghoul and have superpower strength, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that should be terrifying. Okay, Chapter 8, Past Dreams. The darkness and the shadows, they would always make me frown. Frown. That was weird. Okay, time approximately 3 a.m. It's only been a week. It's only been a week we've seen a nuke go off. We're killing things already. It's kind of crazy. Oh, man. Solaris Tunnel Town. Trigger Happy yawned and looked down at the filly who was playing peacefully on the command room floor. Puppy was moving a toy cart around while making noises with her mouth. She put a couple of bottle caps on the cart and placed it next to an empty bottle of Sparkle Cola, then dumped the bottle caps and replaced them with the bottle. I can use super special minty flavor. "K, thanks. Bye." The foal was playing quietly, as if she was worried about disturbing somebody by making too much noise. How can she be like that? Just ignore all the horrible things she's seen and simply sit down and play like a common foal. "Hey, little one, how is your friend doing?" Puppysmiles didn't look away from her toy. She answered, "Don't know. She told me it might take a long time, but I have to wait here or it won't work." Now the filly was building some sort of fence all around the empty bottle using... Trigger raised an eyebrow. "Say, why are you carrying 9mm bullets with you?" "Oh, these ones? They're pretty and shiny, and it seems that they are needed to use the 9 mint argon." Again, the filly didn't even raise her eyes. "The what now?" Puppy waved a hoof and said in a loud voice, "Noisy thing." A badly damaged 9mm semi-automatic pistol floated up to her hoof, making Trigger step back and take cover behind a terminal. "Hey, who gave you that? It's dangerous." "Nah, it's just noisy. I don't like it very much. It seems more a cult toy to me. Maybe if it was pink." The guardmare smiled nervously. "Yeah, Puppy, it's not a very fun toy. Want to exchange it for something better?" This gained Puppy's unconditional attention. The filly's gleaming pink eyes stared at Trigger with expectation. "Sure, what have you got?" What about a cool pair of sunglasses?" "Yay, sunglasses!" "No, wait," Puppy frowned. "I can't use the glasses with this stupid helmet." See, that's what I was thinking. Trigger face hiffed. "Right. Sorry, little one. What was I thinking?" The unicorn went back to digging around inside her saddlebags. "What about an almost complete bridal gossips magazine? It's full of pictures of pretty ponies, and they are Fluttershy photos, too." Puppy trotted to the car, took the magazine, looked at it for a moment, and smiled. "I like this one. It's full of pretty ponies. Look at this one. I know her. She's Pinkie Pie. And this one is Rarity. And oh, look here. There's Rainbow Dash, too. I love Rainbow Dash. She's smart and super cool, and she can make the sky go boom. When I'm big, I will marry her. I like the picture book. Gimme. Trigger tried to suppress a chuckle. "I think we can talk about that. But you have to give me the bullets, too." Okie dokie. "And what can you give me for the big ones?" asked Puppy, retrieving a couple of 8.8 flak armor-piercing shells from her inventory. Oh, armor-piercing. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hate my life. The unicorn bear sighed. This was going to be complicated. Time approximately 3 a.m. Location Sugar Top Cafe, Tunneltown. Sugar Top Cafe was dark and full of smoke, as it usually was at that time of night. The place was largely deserted, a couple of drunk ponies nursing the dregs of their bottles. A griffin keeping to herself in one corner, and a pony with a guitar who was largely hidden beneath a sombrero. The bartender was already cleaning the floor with a bucket of dirty water and a mop that had seen better days. But Jammed Gun couldn't care less. Another! He weakly raised his empty glass, rattling the blue straw sticking out of it, but it remained empty. Hey, son of a mule, I said another! Waving the glass faster didn't do the trick either. This was upsetting. The bartender, a silvery stallion with a black mane, trotted to the guard's table and put down a sparkle cola. Hey, big bro, keep it down, please. I've got clients sleeping upstairs. Shut the fuck up, Blackie. That's racist! I don't like that at all. Unless that's genuinely his name, muttered Jammed, and fill the glass with something strong. I can't believe she dumped me. The younger brother sighed and pushed the sparkle cola against Jammed muzzle. Oh, please, Jamie. Jamie? I don't know. Forget her already and go to bed. Look, you can use my place upstairs, okay? Stop drinking. It's not helping you at all. The guard tried to look at his brother's face, but his head didn't want to move from the table. You know the bar is half mine, right? Oh, I think that's generally their name, right, Blackie? Oh, because they're brothers! Oh my god, that's right, they're siblings. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yes, but you only come in here to mope about your life while I have to, let's see, deal with the customers, keep it clear of the noisy whiners who drive away those few ponies that actually pay for their drinks. Black Hat stomped a hoof on the table. Honestly, Jamie, you can... Jamie? I think it's Jamie, right? That's not how you spell jammy, right? I don't know. The story is messing with my brain. Reading is so complicated. You know the words, but you don't know them the moment you pick one of these up. You become stupid. You can be a royal pain sometimes. Jammed Gun waved a hoof, trying to shoo his brother like an annoying fly. Fuck away, Blackie. I feel like manure and I don't want you around. I want booze. I think instead that you should take a trot around the town, Jamie. I'm gonna call him Jamie. Staying here won't make you feel better. Shut up and give me another wild Pegasus, Blackie. I don't get it. Is that his name? Or are we being offensive? Jammed raised an empty glass again, keeping his face on the table. How she could. At last, Black Hat snapped. Okay, so it's a nickname. Oh, come on, Jamie. Let's get real. It's Happy we're talking about. The most bitchy mare I've known. Clop. Not clop. Jammed Gun rubbed his right hoof as he looked down at the prone form of his brother laid out on the bar's floor. You know what, Blackie? You were wrong. Staying here made me feel better. Actually, a lot better. The stallion trotted outside. Thanks a lot, little bro. Did he just punch his brother in the face? Did he just knock his brother out? Are you kidding me? This is quite a hostile relationship and possible work environment. 3:15 a.m. Location Solaris Tunnel, Tunneltown. Say, puppy, how was Equestria 2 before you left Cantalot? The filly frowned, trying to find a decent answer to the question. Greener. Oh, greener. Yup, Mommy was some sort of soldier, but she didn't actually went to war. She was good at fixing things, so she took me with her sometimes since it wasn't dangerous. I've seen a lot of mighty fine places. A Pegasus flying field, a big place underground she called a stable, but it didn't seem like a real stable at all. And I've been in Ponyville, and in a lot of other places. The filly stopped for a moment, pondering what she just said. They must be somewhere else, because this big 52 every pony is talking about is not that great after all. There are no green hills, nor nice houses or pretty places full of happy ponies. Trigger felt a knot in her throat. You don't have to talk about that if you don't want. Puppy stared at the unicorn, a bit stumped. Why not? It's just that this place is not as nice as a lot of other towns I know. Maybe when I find Mom, I'll show you those pretty places. Really, I don't know why you insist staying here with bazillion better places to live. Sure, why not? But in the meantime, can you please tell me something about Ponyville? Sure, it's the nicest, sweetest, colorfulest town I've ever seen. It was where Pinkie Pie lived before coming to Canterlot. Mommy had to do some work for some pretty ponies, and we lived there for a whole summer. It was full of friends, and there were trees and hills and super duper colorful houses and a place called Carousel Boutique. Oh, a voice crack. But it wasn't a real carousel. It was just a name. Puppy frowned. I'm telling this because when I asked why the carousel wasn't actually running in circles, every pony laughed and Mom hugged me and she was happy, but I felt a little stupid, so, don't ask why it doesn't move, Kay? Happy giggled a moment and nodded. Don't worry, I won't. And then there was this big digging in the middle of the largest apple farm I've ever seen, and there was a house in cloud that was like a castle, but with rainbow waterfalls and a shop that sold quills and sofas. Puppy paused for a moment, studying Trigger's expression. Did I say something wrong? Why are you crying? I'm not crying. It's just a thing in my eye. Hello, fillies and gentlecolts. P7 is here. Suddenly, all the screens in the room turned pink, every one of them showing a logo of 7 balloons tied together. Oh, hi, Miss Voice. Thank you for coming. Puppy waved a hoof at the largest terminal where the balloons had been replaced by a sequence of command lines that chased each other across the screen. Thank you for finding me a new home, Puppy. This is way better than that stupid dome where everything was falling apart. Let's see what to do. What do we have here? Oh, geothermal plants, maintenance robots offline. I can fix that. Look at this. A lot of classified data and security alert red. How did I miss that in the first place? The voice paused for a moment. Something's wrong, Miss Voice? Nah, I need the authorization from a bigwig at Solaris Inc. to suspend the alert, but some pony already opened a back door in the program, and I can just exploit that. It'll only take a moment. Trigger was a little surprised. The mayor never liked robots very much, but this one seemed friendly, and Puppy knew it, so she decided to wait and see what happened. On the other side, Puppy seemed completely at ease. The filly sat in front of the big screen with her usual naive faith that everything around her was going to be all right. Okie dokie. Now, can you see if my mom is somewhere in this place? Puppy, please. Red alert terminated. All systems green. Security stores opening in 5, 4. Oh, I don't know, Puppy. This mainframe has a huge database and I can't check all the entries because I don't have the authorization. No, wait, ignore that. Right here I found some protected files dated 3 weeks after day 0. But I need to pass a code to open them. The filly raised a hoof. I know this one. Puppysmiles. Happy sighed. Now, Puppy, your name can't open everything, you know. P7 interrupted the guard. Passcode accepted. There are 2 entries. I'm displaying them on the big screen right now. The filly in yellow looked at the writing and frowned as she tried to read it, but it was simply too long for her this time. I can has a little help? The unicorn mare sat at Puppy's side and put a hoof around her neck in a warm, tender embrace. Sure, little one. I'll read them for you. All right? Oh boy. Day 18. If I still have the right to praise Celestia, I hope that those eggheads at Stabletech did a better job than these. Mules. Yes, Puppy, it says mules. At Solaris Inc., they succeeded in designing an emergency protocol that transferred all the priorities to the technical staff, but forgot to program the Sentinel so that they didn't kill every pony else on the spot. This word doesn't mean anything, Puppy. Let's move on. Anyhow, the tunnel is now safe. I'll camp here waiting for my crew for a couple of days and looting anything useful for the desert crossing. It's almost 2 a.m. and I can't sleep. I miss her so much. I know she's safe inside the stable, but I can still hear her calling me because she's scared of the dark or because of a nightmare. Then I wake up and I realize it's just a dream. Fudge. Yup, fudge. I have to keep busy or I'll lose my mind. I hate Equestria. This part is just a little prayer to the goddesses. Rainy Days. Trigger sighed when Miss Rainy Days wrote this entry. She hadn't her daughter in mind as a reader. Well, it seems that she headed south after all. Let's see if the other record has something more. P7's voice interrupted the 2 ponies. Hey, Puppy, do you remember the pass for Chief Sandbox? Pretty please. The filly tapped the helmet for a moment, thinking about it. Magenta?
No, wait, Agatha! Thanks a lot, sweetie. I'd hug you super much. Let's do this. Hug yourself and pretend it's me. Here's your second entry. I'll be away for a little poking my nose where I shouldn't. Have fun and don't mess around.
Day 21. I'm finally ready to move. Apparently no pony is coming in this direction. Maybe I'm the only survivor in the area. Not sure, but I don't want to test my luck. I'll take a detour to avoid Sun City. The place was badly hit, and last night I could see a discouraging glow in the desert, exactly where the city should be. If I'm lucky, in a couple of days, I'll be at Blue Feathers Airfield. I'm moving out at first light. I'm back. I couldn't sleep again. Another nightmare. I couldn't stop dreaming of Puppy lying dead in the kitchen. Fudge. Puppy fudge. Do you like fudge? Okay, I'm reading. These dreams, she is safe, I'm sure of it. She would never disobey me. Why do I keep dreaming of her? I found some pills, and I think that some of them could help me sleep. If this nightmare returns, I'll begin taking them. Rainy days. Puppy Days was hugging the guard mare, pressing her helmeted muzzle into Trigger's back. What's wrong, little one? She just misses you, but you are all right. When you find her, she will see that you're safe, and there will be no bad dreams anymore, right? Telling such a shameless lie. Yeah, 200 years shameless lie. Telling such a shameless lie physically hurt Puppy's heart, but Puppy needed all the encouragement she could get right now. I'm not a good pony, Miss Happy. I don't want to be... I didn't went to this secret place because I wanted to see the fireworks. The filly bawled loudly. I'm a bad pony. Mom will be mad at me. Trigger returned the filly's hug, trying to reassure her. Now, don't worry. Your mom said that she was going south, right? To a place named, Blue Feather something. I think's what it's called. I think it's what we call Rust Manor. It's easy to get there. It's just past Sun City. I'm sure that she will be very happy to see you. Why am I giving hope to this poor creature? Her mother is long dead. What am I doing? Puppy looked at the mare with those two large gleaming pink eyes now filled with new hope. Really? Will she be there? I don't know if she's still there, but you want 200 years. Once again, 200 years in the future. Unless she's a ghoul, she did not make it. But you want to follow her steps, right? If you want to find out what happened to her, then you have to follow the trail as long as it is still fresh. Yes, happy 200 years fresh. The foal smiled again. Right, I arrived here with no problems at all. I can follow Mom anywhere. Thank you, Miss Happy. You are the best pony. P7 once again interrupted them. Very well, I'm done with the inventory. Those guys at Solaris had quite a good grasp of the whole end of Equestria concept. This place is full of labs and storage silos with enough firepower to give the survivors a second show. Oh, and Puppy, I think you were trying to say Pinkie Pie. Puppy raised her head. What? Oh, it's quite simply my little friend. Under the mountain there are levels and levels of warehouses filled with military equipment ready for use. There's enough firepower to kill every inhabitant of Equestria at least twice. And with kill you mean hurt very much? Asked the filly doubtfully. Nopey mopey, I mean hurt way too much. Something like a party so big that no pony will be here to tell the story the day after. Pink Bot party? Asked Puppy, now afraid of the answers she could receive. Pink Bot. File not found. Puppy stopped a moment to think. Okie dokie, what these things do exactly? Let's give some examples. Multi-plasma long-range warhead. This baby can hit 56 different targets with high-penetration shelf-propelled independent micro-missiles. Every missile can easily pierce the wall of a bunker and fill the inside with plasma, raising the temperature by a couple 100 degrees, killing every pony within. The multi-point disruption generator dismembers every living target in a range of 100 meters. Obviously, this kills ponies. Chocolate Chaos is a magic energy gun that converts the blood of the target into chocolate milk. The effect is reversible, and the blood returns to its original state after half an hour. But the victim dies almost instantly after being hit. Puppy interrupted the list. Okay, I get the picture. Very well, what do we do then? You're the boss here. At the computer's last statement, Trigger raised a Stop. Trigger raised a to try and stop the filly from saying anything stupid, but the mare wasn't fast enough.
dump it. Make a hole and dump everything inside. Build a house on the hole and then move all the bully bots you have inside the house so that no pony can never, ever get hurt. Well, technically everything is already in a big hole under a mountain. I can detonate the elevator shafts in the tunnels between the storage areas so that they'd be sealed forever unless some pony digs the whole mountain away. Do it. Happy gave a long sigh of relief. Oh man, wasted opportunity. There could have been power armor down there. But like, gosh dang, kill everything, every living creature in Equestria at bare minimal at least twice is crazy. Have your blood be turned to chocolate milk. That is outlandish. 3:30 a.m. Tunnel Town, Big 52 North Branch. Jammed gun hit the metal door of the tunnel with his head again. Fuck, I knew I had to stop her. Fuck, fuck, fuck. You knew, Jamie. You know, Jamie, the door will magically open just because you bucked it. Black Hat sat at the guard's side, still rubbing his right eye. I guess I deserved it, somehow. This doesn't mean I won't give it back someday. Oh, for Luna's sake, Blackie, put a stake on that eye and go to bed, so that I can mope in peace. The silvery stallion leaned on the wall and yawned. No can do. Can't leave big bro like this. Besides, I'm gonna be laughing at you for months over this. I was gonna say for a second there, God, he's such a loyal brother. He got punched in the face and he's still standing with him. But like, now he's like, I'm gonna get you back. It's gonna be funny. Oh, I'm never gonna let this moment down. Your freaking potential girlfriend's gone forever. This is hilarious to me. Jammed Gun snorted. I always suspected that our mother was a bitch, but now I'm sure of it. Happy is gone and you think about laughing. Do you want another black eye, or this time are you trotting away on your own hooves? Hey, cool down, jeez. There's nothing you can do anyway while these babies stay close. With a metal clank, the large doors started lifting, sending Black Hat sitting on his haunches. What the fuck? The two ponies stared in disbelief at the gigantic metal bulkhead, a monster more than a meter thick, rising into the tunnel ceiling. As soon as the first door was completely opened, a second pair of doors retreated into the tunnel sides. It took almost half a minute before Jammed was able to speak again. Is this for real? Give me a pinch. Clop, you son of a ghoul, I said a pinch! Blackie snickered. I told you I owed you one, and you said she was dead for sure. The two stallions stepped at the tunnel, ignoring the skeletons. Black Hat went to a cart peppered with bullet holes, rummaged through its contents. Whoa, look at all this stuff. Guess what? This town is getting its share at last. Jamie trotted a little further, watching as the lights of the tunnel began to turn on and illuminate the immense length of the 6-kilometer underground passage. A rope was dangling from an open ventilation grate in the ceiling. His trot became a gallop, and he rushed deeper into the mountain. Hey, big bro, don't rush like that. We should call the other guards. Fuck the guards, I'm drunk and in love. Oh, this guy is stupid. The voice of the stallion echoed off the tunnel's walls. I guess he is, hitting the alcohol pretty hard. Black Hat sighed and galloped after his brother. At least wait for me since I'm already here. Oh, 9 a.m. Trade station tunnel, blah, blah, blah. SC branch. Big 52 S... What? SC branch. Solaris control? What? I think that might be Solaris something. Trigger hugged Puppy and kissed her on the helmet. No Fool tried to break free with an annoyed expression. You smooches. Not in front of every pony. A dozen ponies had gathered around the filly in yellow. There were all the town guards and many other dwellers of Tunneltown. A man that acted as the local authority gave a little speech and a pouch of caps to Puppy before Trigger Happy accompanied her out of the south end of the tunnel. In front of the two ponies lay an endless land of sand dunes, interrupted here and there by some red rocky formation. In the distance it was possible to spot the blurry silhouette of a city, but the sand and the wind made it almost impossible to tell if it was actually a town or some sort of natural formation. Very well, Puppy, we're here. That's Serpent Desert. Now let me explain how to get to Rust Manor. No, they're abandoning them again! Are you listening? Ophelia smiled and jumped in the air. Sure, Mrs. Pretty Happy.
Very well. The desert is sand sweepers' territory. They're mostly scavengers that move a lot among the various camps, salvaging anything useful they find under the dunes. Usually I'd warn you against them because they tend to do some robbery here and there, especially on lone travelers, but I don't think that they'll try to rob you. The sweepers are quite the superstitious tribe, and probably know about you from Lonesome Pony. Puppy nodded. Pretty ponies that walk around a lot. Okie dokie. Trigger smiled. Very well. There is a trail to follow. It's quite easy to see because every 50 meters the sweepers planted a red banner. You just trot from one banner to the next and you'll be at their first encampment before tomorrow morning. Puppy frowned and pointed at the more inviting highway built on a solid bank and running straight south. Why can't I use that with my scooter? I'll be there lickety-split. No, little one, that highway leads directly in the middle of Sun City. You must avoid Sun City at all costs. Why? It's a dangerous place. Every pony that goes there doesn't come back and no pony knows why. Trigger's tone brooked no argument. But Puppy was not the most astute of audiences. Puppysmiles tapped her helmet as if it was her chin. Maybe they like it so much that they don't want to go away? I don't think so, Puppy. When I was a foal like you, Sun City was the home of a tribe, the Rust Scrapers. They were allied with the Sand Sweepers since, well, a long time. Anyhow, at some point it said that the Sweepers found something big, but the Scrappers stole it from them. There was a big fight, something like a betrayal, because the Sweepers tried to take the city with the night assault. The mayor paused to see if the filly was still paying attention. There's a lot of tribes and clans and stuff. Now, like, it's been obviously implying that there's a lot of groups, but there's a lot of groups along this road. Okay. Okay. And then what happened? Asked the little listener with the word expression. During the assault, something went completely wrong, but no pony knows what. The only thing we know is that the sweepers went in with every gun they had and never came back. Every pony who tried to investigate the city disappeared, apparently devoured by its secret. Why do I think this has to do with super mutants? The sweepers that didn't participate in the fight, mostly foals and the elders, put together what was left of their tribe and carried on, trying to survive. Oh, say they were all bad ponies. Trigger frowned. In the Wasteland, it's not always easy to tell good from evil, Puppy. If you want to survive, sometimes you have to leave something behind. Make sacrifices, dying a little bit instead of dying completely. What? The foal gave Happy a puzzled look, unable to understand such a deep concept. Don't fret your head, little one. Just think of it as, well, yes, they were bad ponies, but they couldn't help it. Puppy shook her head. That's not true. If you are mean to some pony, you are mean, and that's all. No excuses. If you begin to think that you can be just a little mean, then you'll end being super duper mean in no time, and you'll be a bad pony too. Did you think of this on your own? The unicorn guard stared Puppy in admiration. Nopey mopey, Mom told me. Okay, so the mother clearly was into pacifist runs. That much is clear. Trigger patted Puppy on the helmet, seeing her worried face. Don't worry, robots don't count. Mommy won't be upset. Come on, show me a pretty smile. Oh, she's making friends everywhere she goes, but she can never stay with them. It makes me so sad. The filly in yellow smiled and jumped on a scooter. When I find Mom, I'll tell her that you've been nice to me. Thank you very much, pretty pony, Happy. The foal launched herself down the road, gaining speed as she descended towards the desert. Whee! Trigger watched the foal grow smaller as she scooted off into the distance. I'm so sorry, little one. So happy? So happy? Ghost or foal? Jamgun trotted to the mare's flank, smiling. I still don't know, the mare sighed. The only thing I know is that she's lost. Happy turned to look at the stallion and smiled a little. And what about the black eye? Brotherly love, Jamie stated before immediately going back on topic. And who isn't lost in this cursed world? As soon as the news spreads, ponies will head for Tunnel Town. We need more guards. Talking about that, the goods in the carts need to be recovered, stockpiled and divided equally between every pony. Keep an eye on Black Hat. A stallion nods, sighing. Yeah, don't worry. The others are already taking the carts into town. A couple of them are branded. There's a caravan of 3 cars from the water herders and a cart that belonged to the gallopers, but it was salvaged by ponies when they tried defending themselves from the sentries. Are we giving them back? We should, at least as an act of goodwill. If we show them that their goods were preserved, maybe this will help us later. Oh, and remind me to teach you how to restart the tunnel in case it shuts down again. Jamie hesitated for a while. Well, about last night. You know, when you ran after the Puppysmiles, and I wanted you to stay. Can we pretend I said nothing about, well, you know what? Trigger Happy giggled. I don't think so, Casanova. That was the clumsiest confession ever, and I'm totally going to haunt you about it for the rest of your life. Oh, this poor guy. Oh, this poor man. His whole career is over. You cannot financially recover from that. Jammed groaned, lowering his head. Oh, why did I ever even bother asking? May I ask you something now? The stallion waved a hoof. Yeah, sure, go on. Shoot me in the heart. Am I still in time to say that I love you too? Yeah! Hell yeah! Get him! Woo! Okay. Oh! Oh! My heart. You know, it's like the Grinch. My heart grew 2-3 sizes that day. Oh, it's wholesome. It's too wholesome. Thank God. Thank God we're actually getting something out of this. We keep seeing like Puppy go from like group to group, person to person, griffin to griffin, and it's like, God, dude. Like, she's obviously helping, but like it always ends in disaster. This actually was like, okay. Oh, I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss Happy Trigger. Oh, they were like the closest to a parent that this little dude had for a while. Next to, the ghouls. The ghouls were probably the nicest to them. Time approximately 4 p.m. Location, Serpent Desert, Big 52 SC branch. I have no clue what SC is supposed to mean.
Good afternoon, fillies and gentlecolts. This is Lonesome Pony, and you are listening to Radio 52, the only and best radio in this slice of Equestria. Yesterday I was walking in the street and Mayor just asked me, LP, how can you be so good on your program? Every pony here listens to you. Well, I must admit that it's not easy, but luckily enough, I'm the only fucking DJ around.
A weak yay from a feminine voice interrupted the monologue. Yay!
Bad, LP. You use the F word. You can't use it. Not without heroin listening to you. Right. I'm a bad pony, and I should feel bad. Instead, right now, I'll feel just great. Guess why? You can. Obviously not, because I'm the first one with this treat on the table, fresh from the wings of a friend of mine coming from the south. Hold your reins, little ponies, because this is big.
At that point, the radio delivered a static charge and went mute for several seconds, but the static was soon replaced by a voice of Lonesome Pony laughing.
I had you all. You fell for it. No pony can shut up Radio 52, and especially not today, because today we are celebrating the tunnel reopening. Yes, my little ponies, your ears are working. Tunnel Town is back in business. No more mountain pass and landslides.
Boisterous triumphant music played for almost a minute with DJ making guitar noises with his mouth in the background.
Best thing since the destruction of the carnival, and guess who did it? Oh yes, our guardian angel, our little yellow ghost. We need a foal to save us all from a horrible death by starvation. Bucks, now I'm depressed. No, seriously, in a week, this little devil has saved 3 towns from their worst nightmare. A foal! Come on, 52, raise your head and show some guts. Till then, I'll be here worshipping a way too few years old pony.
There was a silent pause before the voice of DJ came back, tired and old.
Wake up, everyone out there. She's just one pony. She can't save us all. We have to save ourselves with what we've got. We need only to be better ourselves. We don't need another hero.
An acoustic guitar started playing while another song began, but this time it wasn't a record. The singer was Lonesome Pony himself. I am not singing for this guy.
Out of the ruins, out from the wreckage, can't make the same mistake this time. We are the children, last generation, we are the ones they left behind. And I wonder when we are ever going to change it. Living under the fear till nothing else remains, we don't need another hero.
I have no freaking clue what that was all about. I said I wasn't gonna do it, did it anyway. Middle finger to myself, I guess. Okay. Wow, I really hope that I find the super filly hero they always talk about. Do you think that she'll want to be my friend? Puppy was trotting on the sand following the red bananas just like Trigger Happy had told her. Affirmative. Usually a heroic figure is prone to be friendly. Warning, mild radiation detected. Threat level, negligible. The filly trotted for a while before hesitantly asking, Mr. Voice, do you think I'm good? Will my mom still love me? Warning, this program is not designed for behavioral evaluation. Puppy sighed with frustration. Geez, you always hide from every important question, don't you? She was going to add something, but her attention was caught by a figure standing on a dune not far from the trail. Hey, look, a pretty pony. The pretty pony consisted of an old unicorn with a white mane and red coat, dressed in a mantle that covered her almost completely. Strapped across her back, she carried a long lever-action carbine. As the filly approached, the mare simply smiled. You took your time, little ghost. I've been waiting for you since noon. Hi, I'm Puppysmiles. The filly smiled and waved a hoof. I'm sorry I'm late. Late for what? The slightest of smiles ran across the old mare's face before she replied. Well, for adventure, of course, little one. Do you like adventure? Yes, I love adventure. Where is it? I can has too? Suddenly, the foal's enthusiasm came to a halt. No, wait, I have to find my mom. I really shouldn't go adventuring. The old mare chuckled. Oh, right, you are already following a path. How could I have forgotten it? Puppy nodded. Exactly, so I'm sorry, but I've got to go. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. And if I say to you that this adventure is about a friend of yours being in danger? The foal was already trotting away, but the mare's last words made her turn on her tail. A friend of mine in danger? Who? Why, where, when? Now, don't rush like that. Puppy jumped at the elder's neck, pressing her helmet against her muzzle and staring straight to her eyes of the unicorn. Please, 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 tell me, please! The mare staggered, almost losing balance. Calm down, little ghost. I was telling you. Just sit down and listen, all right? Behave and I'll tell you everything. Yeah, right. Sorry, Miss Pretty Old Pony. Puppy let go of her neck and sat in front of the unicorn, who sighed in relief. I'm surprised she didn't just break her neck. Very well. I'm Longears, and I am a far-seer, a unicorn that can see distant places and ponies. Puppy jumped up onto her hoofs. Can you see my mom? Can she see us? Is she okay? It doesn't work like that. The filly deflated, sitting down again as the unicorn continued. I take some... Oh, God, Mama Murphy. I take some medicine, and in my dreams I have visions, but I can't choose what I see. Last night I had one of those dreams, and it was about you. Puppy sat down in silence, listening to Longears in the middle of the desert. Because that's the people you want to associate with. You asked a very special friend a very important favor. Your friend did her best, but a really bad turn of events made it impossible for her to accomplish her task, so she appeared to me in my dreams, and I knew that you were coming here. Puppy frowned. A friend? She asked a big favor from? She didn't ask for here. Silky Tail. Look after Henrietta, and don't let anything bad happen to her. Henry? She's in danger? Where? The mare nodded and pointed a hoof towards the distant silhouette of Sun City. I'm afraid that the eagle flew too near to the sun, and she can't find a way to come back. Puppy hesitated. But Happy told me that I can't go there. I don't want to disobey her. Longears shrugged. You don't have to. You asked a friend for a favor, and she wanted me to warn you. That's all. You could simply choose to ignore her and go on your own. One way or another, my task is over. But something bad happened to Henry. I can't leave her alone. She could be hurt. She could be crying. Well then, go to Sun City and save her. But I must warn you, Sun City is a trap. I'm sorry, that was super bad. A bad dream made real. Once you start dreaming, you will never be able to... Ooh, are they all caught in an eternal sleep? That could be cool. Oh, don't worry, I'm not sleepy at all. That's true, you haven't slept in over 200 years. Puppy smiled as if it was an easy thing. Space Captain Andromeda, to the rescue! The foal galloped away, heading for the town behind the dunes. Longears watched the filly in yellow running away until she was a gray spot in the sand, then took a pill from the pouch and swallowed it together with a gulp of milky potion. When the old man blinked, she could see flames rising from the town and hear the sound of battle. What am I seeing, past or future? A giggle came from the mare's side. She's lively, always smiling.
I like her. If only more ponies were like that, Philly, instead of being all grumpy faces. The mayor whispered, "Can a living nightmare bring peace? I'm not sure of this." "Don't ask me. I'm only a vision caused by your massive consumption of hallucinogens." "Really, it won't help you very much. Things will happen the same way, even if you don't see them coming and you can't even tell what's coming from what already happened." The old unicorn sighed. "Well, maybe you're right. Let's go home." "Yeah, let's go. That puppy can fend for herself." She's talking to herself in a drugged up craze. Footnote level up 7. New perk added, the power of metal. There are moments when rock is not enough. You inflict 5 additional damage with HTH attacks. Yeah, rocks and power hooves are considered HTH weapons. I have no idea what hand-to-hand weapons. Got it. New quest perk added, Spirit of 52. Your legend is growing. You will have less low-level random hostile encounters as long as standing with all the tribes is at least neutral. A lot of stuff about tribes. A lot of stuff about tribes. I love it so far, though. This story is absolutely great. I'm eating this up. So the Road 52, right? That's the whole story. That's what the story is based off of. Which is interesting to think about because there were so many other paths that Pink Eyes here could have taken, but didn't. You know, like you go back to Fallout Equestria, the original story, that went to a lot of different places, but this is following along the same road, the same path. I think Fallout Equestria, the original story, was a little bit more centered around the mainland, the main places, I suppose. Now we're going to a whole different honeycomb. But we got one more.
All right, Chapter 9, Sun City. Sun City is more than a town. It's a remedy to Ponykind's derailment. Okay, starting off right with this chapter. Day 7. Well, it's been a week pretty much. 11 p.m. Location Sun City suburbs. Big 52 SC branch. No idea. The trip to the city had been quite long, and by the time Puppy arrived at the first houses, darkness had already descended on the streets. Sun City featured a central group of commercial and administrative buildings surrounded by residential areas. However, there were no lights in any window, nor signs of any pony living there. The neighborhood Puppy was trotting through had been almost completely scavenged for construction material, leaving only the skeletons of houses resting in the ever-present sand. It was like a desolate boneyard filled with carcasses that had once been called home. Now, Puppy wasn't eager to admit that she still was a little afraid of the dark, but the whole place was a little too similar to her first day in the apocalypse to let her just shrug it off and keep going. What that chicken had to be in danger. Why that chicken had to be in danger in such a scary place. Stupid Henry, there's no pony here. Why they call it a city if it's empty? Each step took her deeper into that scary place. Where did the colorful signs go? Puppy never went out very much at night, but she was pretty sure that a city didn't work like this. She wanted some music to hide the sound of the wind howling through those bony houses, but the radio had gone mute when the filly reached Sun City's outskirts, and the unusual silence made her feel lonely. "Hey, Mr. Voice, you there?" A discharge of static was the only answer Puppy got from the suit. Caution. Scrackle electrical interference. Zap! Cybele sustaining VO. Bzz. Oh my god, I'm not ready. Turface. Ah, he's grumpy again. The filly frowned and kept trotting. The HUD of the helmet started to display written warnings on the screen. Now that's impressive. If the suit is literally giving you actual caution, danger, do not go here at all, that's probably a very, very big flag. Because the suit, it hasn't done anything like that yet, so that's kind of scary. The filly frowned and kept trotting. The HUD of the helmet started to display wind warnings on the screen, but showing fast-scrolling technical messages to a fool that couldn't even read without spelling every single letter was a waste of time. This left the filly completely alone. The radio was gone. Mr. Voice was gone. This was like those times when she tried to sleep, but the room was too dark and the wind outside made strange noises. They were the nights when she'd hid under the streets and called out for her mother until she came and nuzzled her, singing a little lullaby to make her feel safe and warm. Puppy actually tried to sing something, but the only thing she could think of right now was the evil enchantress song, and no, it didn't help at all. Oh, Sakura, god dang it. Oh yeah, I remember the little horn crud. That was the little horn incident, right? That was the gas crud that occurred in the original story. That was the location of I believe a school or something, or someplace like that. But I'm not sure if they're referring to the pink cloud as in the little horn. Like that's the name of what they're just dubbing the pink crud. The pink cloud stuff, I guess I should say. Or if it's genuinely called something else. But no, I don't know. I get the idea though. I remembered that. The little pony's steps echoed in her head like the beat of drums as Puppy walked through a never-ending maze of identical streets, with every empty window reflecting her eerie pink glow. What was that? Maybe Mr. Horsetail came back from the grave and was following her. Even Mr. Horsetail would have been welcomed at this point. A distant metallic screech froze the filly in place. Her rump hit the asphalt and she completely stopped moving. What was that? Sure, dealing with bully bots and running after Mom was not a frightening thing. Having to face ghouly ponies could be scary, but at least you knew what you were fighting. But this one was different, an empty town filled with empty houses and crisscrossed by empty roads during a clouded night. And with ghostly sounds too? Why did she think about ghosts now? No ghosts, bad ghosts. Why did she leave the red banner trail? Miss Pretty Pony. Happy told her not to leave the trail, but she had to come and help that stupid chicken, and now it was dark and it was scary, and Puppy missed Miss Silkytail so much. The filly flattened herself against the road and lowered her ears, trying to make herself disappear. New plan. We wait here till it's day. Another creak echoed in the empty streets like the suffering wail of a tortured soul. Eek! Puppy jumped at all four hooves and started galloping faster than Rainbow Dash at the running of the leaves. Newest plan. We're out of here till it's day. Sun City 1, Puppy 0. You know what? I don't blame him. You can go back to that one knockoff Mama Murphy and tell her about the incident and say, I went there and I came back out alive. Time approximately 8 a.m. Sun City Big 52. During the day, the city was quite similar to the suburbs of Salt Cube City, or even Canterlot. Not scary at all, just ugly. Puppy wondered why she had been so scared. What a silly pony she was. See, Mr. Voice, there's nothing to be afraid. It's just another town, with broken houses and broken roads, and... For a moment, Puppy's eyes caught the silhouette of a flying pony, and pretty Pegasus. Pegasus. Yay! The foal launched herself into a gallop, chasing the flying figure. Hey, Mr. Peggy Peggy Sus. Wait for me. Wait! Galloping at top speed while looking into the sky, Puppy wasn't probably watching the road in front of her and collided with another pony in the middle of the street. Owie! Why don't you look like where you're going? I was running here before you. Oh my god, the freaking confusion. The words. The pony was an adult earth stallion with a brown coat and black mane. He had been carrying buckets full of bricks and building materials on his back, but now everything was scattered over the asphalt. Puppy jumped onto her hooves, ready to zoom away just in case the older pony was mad at her, but he simply put down the buckets and started filling them again. Yeah, you better say nothing, and don't stay in the middle of the road again like a dumb statue. Puppy stuck out her tongue, but noticed that the earth pony wasn't even paying attention to her. Actually, he seemed a bit... well, how to put it? Uh-oh, is he a zombie? Is he a mind slave? Sorry, Mr. Pony, are you deaf? I'm Puppysmiles, and I'm looking for my mom. Well, usually I do that, but today I'm saving my friend Henry that came here and then had some sort of troubles, but I still don't know what kind of troubles. Have you seen her? She's a chicken, but she doesn't want me to call her that way, but I mean, duh, she has a beak and feathers and everything else. She must totally be a chicken. Once I knew a pony that was a zebra. I don't know why ponies don't like zebras. Anyhow, this zebra didn't want to be called a zebra, but every pony called her that all the same. So maybe she's just like zebras. Maybe ponies don't like chickens here. Don't know. Puppy followed behind the earth pony as he, without saying a word, gathered everything that he had dropped and headed towards the center of the city. In the light of day, Puppy could see that past the outer town borders, the houses had been completely dismantled, leaving a vast area of flat terrain traversed by an intricate web of paved streets in a ring of at least 200 meters. All around downtown. It seemed like some sort of no ponies land, but it was the result of methodical demolition of every building that had stood in the area, brick by brick. Instead of simply flattening the houses, they weren't even using the ruins as defensive positions. The buildings have been salvaged down to their foundations. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's different. It's a little odd. Puppy stopped and gazed in wonder at the shining city that lay in the heart of the empty land. Wow, you have a pretty town here at last. I like it. Right in front of the filly in yellow stood a city of old times. There were small houses with painted walls and clean windows. Uh-oh, I'm getting like Our Town energy. No holes in their roofs, nor planks nailed over the doors. Puppysmiles stared at the ponies trotting around and carrying things. It was a lively place. Every pony was doing something, even the foals and the pegasi. There were pretty houses and pretty skyscrapers. Even if the gardens were a little yellowish, there was actual grass in the yards, and there were even trees here and there. Puppy wouldn't have given this place more than a 6 out of 10, but hey, this was the first town along her way that deserved a vote at all. It's kind of slightly concerning that there's grass here, I'm gonna be completely honest. Really happy was super wrong. Puppy trotted after the brown pony she had bumped into her earlier. Ponies that arrived here actually liked it so much that they didn't want to leave. I was right as usual. I take this, Miss Happy. Take this, Miss Happy. Sure you are very chatty, Mr. Pretty Pony. Nope, not chatty at all. Puppy decided to leave the earth pony and wander by herself so she could check the place out. It was a really nice town and reminded her of some of the places she had visited with her mom. After 8 days of Wasteland, being in such a nice place was refreshing, even if these ponies had something wrong with them that Puppy couldn't put her hoof on. The filly in yellow searched the area for some other pony to talk to, and noticed a griffin crouched on a roof. He was replacing some damaged tiles. Hey, Mr. Chicken, have you seen my friend Henry? She's a chicken, too. Nope, no answer at all. Did they have their tongues ripped out? In this place, every pony had to be deaf or really unfriendly. Puppy saw a unicorn mare watering a tree and tried to approach. Excuse me, Miss Pretty Pony. Have you seen a chicken named Henrietta? Please? Nothing again. The filly's frustration was growing. It was quite obvious that she was getting nowhere. This situation needed something better. She's half kitty, too. The unicorn kept watering the tree despite Puppy's efforts, but this time the filly wasn't going to give up that easily. Are they robots? They might be robots. This is very autonomous type of crud they're doing. She put herself physically between the tree and the unicorn, staring her right in the eyes and derp. Your eyes are, weird. The mare had wall-eyed expression and seemed frankly dumb. How do you make that trick with the eyes? Puppy tried crossing her eyes and almost fell on her rump. It's hard. How can you look straight with eyes like that? What? What? Oh, that's a little insulting. Again, the foal was completely ignored. The mare tried to circle around Puppy a couple of times, but the filly in yellow insisted on staying between the unicorn and her tree. In the end, she watered Puppy's head and went away. They might be robots. Puppy was now wet and upset. Hey, that's not very nice. What's up with every pony here? Why don't they want to talk with me? Do I stink? The filly tried sniffing herself, but it was quite pointless since she was sealed inside the suit. I feel like you would be able to smell yourself 10 times better from inside than outside the suit. The foal wandered through the neighborhood for half the morning, trying to find some pony who would talk to her, but everywhere it was the same. Every pony had the same wall-eyed expression and didn't listen to her, not even the ghoulies. She could remember something like this, a movie with a strange title that her mom forbid her to watch. Metro don't remember. Anyhow, she tried looking at it, But it was boring to death. This city was just the same, like a warped reflection of the barns of horrors where fun could actually kill you. Here, the boredom could turn you to stone. Her exploration took the filly deeper inside the town, and nobody tried to stop her or seemed to acknowledge her passing. Even when Puppy approached some foals trying to play with them, they simply kept working. She really did her best to make some friends, proposing some games like pin the tail on the pony, and even something exotic like playing space ponies and tomato aliens. But nothing. Now she was feeling ignored, and a bit sad. Mr. Voice has gone away. Oh, they might be mind controlled. I don't know. I have ideas. It could literally be anything. But like if Henry is in danger though, something's going on. Henry is nowhere to be seen, and all the pretty ponies play dumb and don't want to talk with me. This is the worst city ever. Who cares about the pretty houses or the nice trees if there is no fun at all in the first place? Why is every pony acting this weird? Puppy sighed. She knew for a fact that in each town there was at least a mayor or something like that. Maybe she could find some answer if she asked that pony. Usually important ponies lived in the middle of town, and this was quite good, because finding the center of Sun City was easy, even for a silly pony. Those giant skyscrapers were quite hard to miss. The little foal trotted past the residential area and arrived in a wonderful and well-kept block of tall buildings, with glass walls and picturesque statues of Celestia and Luna. Around the marble princesses were fountains that spilled clean water, and a big metal tower stood right in the middle of everything, like a focal point for the whole city. Mind control, right? Like a needle, like a giant mind-controlling needle. Puppy lifted her head as she looked around at the various buildings. There were half a dozen towers of various heights, but one of them stood out because of its shiny metallic structure. It was like a spiral growing into the sky for about 20 stories and then abruptly ending in a large platform, like an overgrown mushroom. This one seems easy. Puppy trotted toward the tower, only to find herself being lifted off the ground and floated away from her destination. What? The foal tried to twist around and saw that an adult pony had picked her up by the back of her neck and was taking her away toward the residential area. Uh-oh. we gotta, one of them got out. Reconditioning. Yoink. Hey, let me go, meanie pony. I want to go to the shiny tower. I gotta see the mayor. It's important. You dumb wall-eyed pony. Are you listening to me? The pony put Puppy down just outside of the city's borders in No Pony's Land, leaving the protesting foals still yelling at him. So they just escorted them out of the city? What is the story? How could nobody return from this place? They literally just got VIP escorted out of the city. And everybody has claimed, that we know of, that nobody's ever returned. I don't get it. Sun City 2 Puppy 0. I'm not following. Day 8, time approximately 2 p.m, location Sun City. Puppy spied on the working ponies with a resolute look on her face. They didn't want her in town and wouldn't tell her why, but she had to get inside somehow. Maybe she needed to play smart with some sort of disguise, using a sombrero and a poncho, and maybe an accordion. Yeah, that could actually work. But where do you find fake mustache at this hour? Suddenly, the filly was distracted by another flying figure in the sky. She had grown used to Pegasi flying to and fro around the outer part of the city, but this one was different. It was a griffin, a little griffin with familiar armor. Henry! Hey, Henry, wait! Nope, even her bestest friends wasn't listening to her now. Puppy would have felt disheartened if she wasn't busy finding a way to get Henrietta's attention. Rock! The rock of destiny floated to Puppy's hoof. She took a moment to aim, and bullseye! The griffin unleashed a panicked screech as she dropped out of the sky like, well, the rock that hit her. Did she just stoned Henrietta? I have to get my notepad back out. I really gotta start utilizing this for as I continue the story. But yeah, currently Rock of Destiny hits is 6 kills is what I have written down. Okay. Okay. I kind of want to add friendly fire incidents also, but it might be a little too late for that. The griffin unleashed a panic screech. Don't worry, I'm catching you, Henry. pet puppy threw herself into a gallop trying to catch her feathered friend before she hit the ground. In the meantime, Henrietta struggled desperately to regain control, but she was still stunned. All she could do was to try and aim for something soft, but what? A yellow spot appeared in her peripheral vision. A yellow spot that was yelling and moving fast. I got you! I got you! Thump! Owie! Yow! The young griffin blinked, looking at Puppysmiles. What the fuck are you doing here, puppy? This place is dangerous. Run! There's a strange buzz that... The frickin' needle. Brainwashing. They show up here, they never want to leave. Frickin' called it. Frickin' called it. This is all I need to know. This is all I need to know. To know that they are being mind-controlled. That would explain the fisheye kind of thing they're doing. Henrietta derped and immediately stopped talking. A trickle of blood from her head injury ran down her beak, but she didn't even seem to notice. Henry, I found you at last. Silky Tail told me that you were in danger and, hey, where do you think you're going? The griffin opened her wings. Oh, is it because she's got that suit on that it's kind of like acting as a buffer between her and the antenna? Getting ready to take off, but the filly wrapped her hooves around Henry's neck and held on tightly. Don't even think of going away. Now we're getting out of this stupid place, and you are coming with me. Henrietta was bigger and stronger than Puppy, and she seemingly felt no remorse in using brute force to push her away before taking to the air once again. The filly rolled head over heels a couple of times before finding herself sitting on a pile of rubble in No Pony's Land, alone once again. What happened to her all of a sudden? The other day she was... Oh, let's work together. And then she was wounded and I helped her, and now she just scolds me and flies away. This is not fair. Not fair at all. Very well. If she doesn't want to be my friend, then I want Silky Tail back. Puppy galloped into town looking for her ex-friend, but almost immediately came to a stop and reconsidered her last thought. But I gave her Silky as a present. I can't take a present back, but I want back my friends. At least one of them. Puppy shook her head. No, I want both of them back. I'm not going away without Henry and Silky Tail. I thought she was going to be like, I ain't walking away without a handout. No way. I only need a better plan. But what plan? During the day, the ponies were all around the place and didn't let her walk into town. They did, like, for the first couple hours, it seems like. She didn't let her walk into town, and during the night the city was so scary. Or maybe not. After all, this wasn't a ghost city. The foal went back to sitting just outside of the town borders and looked at the not really pretty ponies working endlessly and mindlessly. She had come up with a masterful plan. Now she just had to recover the Rock of Destiny and wait for night. Half hidden behind a pile of rubble, Puppy lurked ready for the decisive strike soon. Sun City 3 Puppy 0. I'm not going to count this one. This one shouldn't count. Well, I guess she lost technically, but like not really in a way that should count as, you know, getting thrown out. 9 p.m. The little filly crept through the dark, crawling with her belly on the ground and her ears flattened. Sneaky, sneaky, she uttered a couple of whispered words, nothing more, like those oriental ponies who did all that cool stuff she was told about. But she had never actually seen because Mom said they were violent. Sometimes Mom was a pain, but none of that mattered because now Puppy was her filly on a mission, and she had to focus and be super sneaky and move like a shadow in the night. Wearing a yellow suit and pink glowing fishbowl. Sneaky, sneaky. The plan was easy. Go past the enemy lines, find the boss of the place, tell him his town stinks, then go find Henry and run away in the sunset, like in that super cool movie with Pone Wayne. Now first things first, poke her nose into the super pretty place with the skyscrapers and have at least one ride on the elevator. Okay, let's get real. Ride the elevator until it melts. Oh, you dang kids and your elevator contraptions. The city was completely empty during the night. Every pony was somewhere else, probably sleeping. But this time, Puppy knew that there were no ghosts in this place, only grumpy faces. Reaching downtown had been an easy task, and no pony blocked her when she ventured deep into the heart of Sun City. It was as if some pony had built a brand new town ready for the use. and moved away, leaving everything behind. The filly had never actually seen a brand new city, but she supposed that when you unpacked a new one, it would look just like this. The only place where Puppy could see some light was the Mushroom Tower. A faint blue glow came from the black windows, while the upper part of the tower sometimes crackled with an electrical bolt. So it's a skyscraper that we have to go, not the needle in the center of town or whatever. Sound came from the metallic structure, like the one that comes from some big electrical stuff that Mom didn't want her to touch because it was really, really dangerous. And when I say it, I mean it, Puppy. Are you paying attention, Puppy? Look at me and repeat what I say. This is not a toy, and I will never, ever touch it. Sneaky, sneaky. Cautious exploration of the area surrounding the tower revealed a closed entrance and no open windows. On the dark glass doors was depicted the symbol of Solaris Inc. God dang it. Oh, I had a hunch that was probably something up to them. So, wait, we can probably talk to P7, right? Do we even have contact with them? I don't know. Not sure if uploading them to that one computer did anything or not. I don't think she took them out. Puppy tried to push the door, then pull it, then ram it, and finally to yell at it. Hey, how am I supposed to sneak inside this place if there is no way to get in? Stupid tower. Why you don't cooperate? I am the hero here, don't you know? As usual, Puppy had to do everything by herself. This was the price of being surrounded by amateurs. Rock. It was a glass door. Whenever the filly had played with the ball in the neighborhood, breaking windows was apparently a thing that happened even if you didn't want it to happen. So if you actually wanted to break a glass, then it had to be a piece of cake. Obviously, Puppy never heard of bulletproof glass, so it took a little more than she thought it would. When the glass of the door finally gave up, detaching itself from the door's frame. You're gonna be hitting that door for a while, Puppy. Well, I mean, she's got ghoul strength, though. She's got that silly power. Puppy took a long pause, admiring her work. This glass was similar to one used in her helmet, cracking and changing its shape rather than simply falling down, so that a couple of good-placed hits were far from pulling the trick. Luckily enough, the foal had learned how to use a stone from her previous experiences, refusing to give up at the first difficulties, and thus being rewarded with a hole through the door. After half an hour of hitting and cursing against a glass panel, the filly was still panting when she stepped inside the building. But at this point, she was so excited by her new adventure that she simply couldn't help giggling, and with the giggle, she began singing, You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, 'cause I'm telling you why. Puppysmiles is coming to town. It's unlikely that, dude, if you're gonna break into my house and you're gonna kill me, please don't sing. Just get it over with. It's unlikely that any pony was listening at that time in that place, but the filly felt as if it had to be done. After all, she was going to scold the bad mayor of a bad town. He'd better know what was coming for him. When the foal reached a large desk in the middle of the hall, red lights stared to flash from the ceiling. An automated voice began to talk. Warning, unauthorized drone presence in reception. All personnel, please stay in their offices. Security will take care of the emergency. I mean, obviously security is going to take care of it. Who else is going to take care of it? The receptionist? Do you want them to escort them out? I don't think that's their job. They don't care, bro. Of course security is going to deal with it. Puppy had no idea what a reception or a drone were, but she already knew the meaning of that lullaby. Bully bots incoming. Hey, don't you even try bullying me. I have a rock. Got it? The filly showed her favored weapon to no pony in particular and trotted past the desk. A couple of turrets popped up from two big floor tiles and opened fire, but the only sound they made was that of empty magazines. Ooh, have been abandoned for a while. Puppy looked at the turrets with a puzzled expression, trotting towards the nearest and poked it with the hoof. Yeah, you better behave. The filly stuck out her tongue and headed to the elevator, but it had a red light and didn't want to go anywhere. Her usual luck, she had to hit the stairs, but this didn't prevent her from singing. She's making a list and checking it twice. She's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Puppysmiles is coming to town. That's, yikes, kind of concerning if you really get down to the nitty gritty. You know, just taking a song and putting it in a scenario that is either like completely depressing or just outright sad and crud. The stairs were quite long and went past a lot of identical floors, all filled with clean, empty rooms as if they were ready to receive furniture that had never arrived. At the top of the stairs was a reinforced door, once again decorated with the company's logo. Puppy knocked at it with a hoof. "Hey, I'm Puppysmiles, and I want to see the mayor. This town stinks." When she didn't get a reply, she hit the door again and yelled louder. "Don't ignore me. Every pony is ignoring me in this lousy place. Even my bestest friend ever. Even Mr. Voice. Why don't you want to make friends?" Still nothing. Is the guy inside that office a skeleton? Apologies. Let's see here. Okay. Had to pause so I can cough. Still nothing, but Puppy knew that the mayor was there. Every pony knew that the mayor lived in the town hall, and now it was night, so he had to be there because he was sleeping. This time the foal wasn't going to give up, and still had that thingy Sandbox gave her. That strange remote control that opened doors, just pressing a button. Things that open doors. Puppy raised a hoof as a bobby pin and a screwdriver floated out in front of her. The filly looked at the objects with disapproval. "How am I supposed to open a door with these things?" The other one, with the big black button, the red cables, and the blue screen. Sandbox's hacking tool floated in front of Puppy, who gave a nod and grabbed it out of the air before looking at the door with her best menacing face. "Very well, mister. I have a thing that can open this door lickety-split, and you are gonna open it or I'll do it. And if I have to do that, I will be very, very Daisy pointed." When Mom was really, really angry, she used that super scary ultimatum, and Puppy knew that after that there was a spanking, so she was sure that this one was going to work. Oh, what a sweet summer child. The door resisted her threats. "Okie dokie, let's do this the hard way." Puppy sighed and pressed the button on the hacking tool. The screen fizzled and started showing a cascade of numbers, while a small vent behind it made a whistling noise. The screen flickered and crackled before turning green and almost immediately died with a small puff of smoke. But the door opened. "See, I told you so." The foal jumped inside the room and faced a couple of skeletons. "Hey, but there's no pony here." The large room was very similar to the control room of the dome, but it was circular and had windows all around its perimeter so that it was possible to see the whole city from here. There were several desks with computer terminals and a big screen just in front of the door. Wait, did I read something about skeletons? A couple of skeletons. Freaking called it. I swear, I was like, wait a minute, there's nobody in here. Was I right? Yeah. Sorry, I had to go back. There are several desks with computer terminals and a big screen just in front of the door. All the screens were lit, glowing with the dim blue light. The only sign of pony presence in the room was the pair of skeletons lying on the floor immediately in front of the door. Nope, skellies weren't very scary. At least they aren't going to get up and kill you or do other stuff. Suddenly, a deep, manly voice started talking out of nowhere. "There is nothing here for you, device 018. Now go away." The filly was confused and looked around for the source of the voice. "What? Where is the mare?" The voice replied with a neutral tone. "There is no mare. She died 19 years ago, and I have been taking care of Sun City since then. This is no place for you. Don't test my patience." Puppy noticed the big screen's blue light blinking as the voice spoke. "Oh, another voice. But a voice can't be the mayor of town, silly bot. I already know a Mr. Voice, so I'll call you Blue Voice." This time the voice boomed with angry thunder. "You are not meant to name things, and certainly not me. Unless useless malfunctioning machine. I am Soul OS, and I am the master of Sun City. Besides, voices have no color." Puppy waved a hoof, dismissing the last piece of information. "Whatever, I'm Puppysmiles, and I was looking for the pony in charge because this town is ugly and I want my friends back." I already told you that there is no pony in charge here. I command this place. I am the boss, Mr. Number One. And if you think that this place is ugly, listen to this. Before I arrived, this place was a war zone, with ponies killing each other and every sort of depravity performed in broad daylight. There were no sewers, the houses were a disaster, and ponies would die even for something as simple as giving birth to a new foal. Sun City was meant to be the best city ever, the eternal symbol of Solaris, superiority over Stable-Tech and their lackeys. Do you have the slightest idea of the work that was needed to clean the radiation? I feel like I'm trying to do a Mr. Gutsy type of thing. Get off. I want to hit the X. Boop. Radiation built a half-decent barrier around the place to break the desert winds. Now Sun City is a jewel, the last shining ruby in a rusted crown, but it still stands, and I did that. Ponies proliferate under my guidance. I don't know, big word. Maybe they were deprived of their free will, but look at what they did when they had the power to choose their destiny. It was me that saved this place when it was falling apart, me that rebuilt it from its foundations, and me that saved hundreds of pony lives by forcing them to collaborate and live in harmony and peace. Now you, a puny little crazed machine, come here, break into my control room, and treat me like a common computer, only to tell me that you don't like the place. You are nothing but a... Puppy snorted. Boring. You are a waste of time. Stop being irrational and go away immediately. Puppy giggled. Tee-hee, Blue Voice is funny when he's mad. Enough! I have no time to spare for a broken piece of equipment. Go away.
Did you break something? Can I help you?
Puppy tilted her head a bit confused. No, stupid low-level artificial intelligence! You are the broken machine! Puppy giggled again.
Silly Voice, I am a pony. You are a machine. Machines are stupid.
Negative. You are FES Mark 6, Device 018, a piece of equipment meant for preserving the life of a pony in a hostile environment, fitted with basic artificial intelligence capable of making simple decisions in case of extreme danger. From what my scanning modules can tell, you utterly failed your purpose, and now you believe that you are the pony that you failed to protect, a female Earth pony named Puppysmiles.
Oh my god, dude, wait, what?
Hold on a minute. If that is actually true, that is like such a frickin' meta lore drop. Oh my god, that is actually really frickin' crazy. Puppysmiles, status deceased. Oh my god, wait a minute. Are these like the suits from, what the hell was the Fallout New Vegas DLC called? Old World Blues, I think? Oh my gosh, are they like that self-preservation suit type of thing? Dude, that would be so crazy if she's actually dead. I can partly believe it too, though. That's actually nuts. Puppy tilted her head, smiling. Blue Voice says funny words. What is an enviromate? The voice paused for half a minute, and when it came back, it had resumed its original neutral tone. All right, you want this the hard way? You are not a pony, you are a robot. Now go away and cope with it. You're not worth my time, nor my pity. This time the filly frowned and took a couple of steps back. I am not a robot, I am Puppysmiles. No, you are not. Yes, I am, insisted the little pony. No, you are not. Yes, I am, Puppy screamed. No, you are not. Yes, I am. Pink flames flared inside the helmet. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Puppy frowned as soon as she realized that the voice had tricked her. Hey, gotcha. If it was actually possible for a computer screen to smile, Soul OS would have been grinning from ear to ear. Now, since you don't want to go away, and I gave you the opportunity to do so, activate Protocol ES01, emergency shutdown and erase memory. Command line A0101110101. Bypass code, using priority, easy gallop, Luna 90670. Puppy blinked, her eyes looking a bit puzzled at the blue screen talking nonsense. The suit started showing strange numbers everywhere, and a big clock appeared in the middle of the HUD, but this wasn't what bothered her the most. The voice made her seem a fool. I am not a robot. I'm not stupid. You are stupid, and I'll show you. Puppy rose a hoof. Teapot! A large tank shell with a blue band round the top floated out of her inventory. Trigger didn't want this shell because she said that it was only dangerous for robots, so Puppy could keep it. The guard chief of Tunneltown also explained to the fool how to use it. Just pick something hard and hit on the teapot head until it goes zah! But if what the robot said was true, does that mean Puppysmiles is going to also die? Oh. Don't complain. I gave you the opportunity to leave, but you didn't want to listen, and I have a city to administrate. You can blame only your clank. The sound of something hard striking metal distracted Soul OS monologue. What are you? That is a Magpulse 8.8 grenade. What are you doing? Put that thing away. It will disrupt every computer in the control room. Puppy was mad because he made her seem a fool. Mad because he said she was a robot. Mad because this city stole her best friend. Mad because, and just because. Yeah, right. I'll put you to sleep for good. Who's the silly pony now? Wait, what? Yeah, right. I'll put the... Oh, yeah, you get the idea. That was Puppy. Clank. No, wait. You'll destroy the behavioral control center. This city will fall into chaos. Puppy was sitting on the floor in the middle of the control room. She didn't say anything and hit the tip of the shell with the rocket destiny. Yes, it was singing time again. Clank. Who's a silly pony? You're a silly pony. Who is? You is Puppysmiles. Clank. Stop it. Stop it now. If that charge detonates, I won't be able to operate anything and will forever be locked inside the mainframe. The countdown was running on Puppy's HUD, leaving her a single digit of seconds, but she couldn't read, so it wasn't her problem. Bumping into robots, knocking over ghoulies. Who is? You is Puppysmiles. Clank. No, wait, we can talk about this. You have no idea of what you are doing. This utopia will crumble without my guidance. All day long, you trot around looking for your mommy everywhere, dreaming all your pony dreams, but you get lost every time. Okay, you win. I am the silly pony, but please stop. Clank. Bzz. There was something like an explosion, except that this one didn't launch Puppy to the other side of the room. A nice surprise for once. The countdown on the helmet disappeared. The whole HUD disappeared, actually. Every screen inside the big room went black, and the lights flickered for a moment before turning red, and the voice finally stopped talking. Ah, who was the silly pony now, Blue Voice? And why couldn't Puppy move at all, nor speak or even blink her eyes? Dude, she's dead. You know, I'm starting to think that she just might actually be dead. Oh, but there's the ghoul stuff and everything. Oh, status deceased. Dude, moral confliction in progress. Is she a corpse just being automated? I don't know. She didn't feel pain and she didn't feel tired. Nonetheless, she couldn't move. All she could do was look around, like that time in Canterlot or at the Dome, and for the first time she met Miss Voice. But that time it was really short. This time it was different. There were no pink dots coming back to life on the HUD. Puppy waited for a while, but nothing happened, and she lay sitting on the floor with an exploded tank projectile in front of her. The only thing she could do was sit and hope for, well, some miraculous rescuer. Sitting alone in the red light made her recall Solo S words. Maybe she was a robot after all. That grenade was supposed to shut down only the bully bots, but worked on her too. But Puppy couldn't be a bully bot. Or she could. After all, she wasn't a good pony. Breaking things and disobeying Mom was a bully thing. Mom, if I am a robot, then is my mom really a mom, or is she a robot too? I don't eat, don't drink, and almost never feel sleepy. So maybe... But I don't want to be a robot. I want to be a pony. This is not fair. Why that stupid Blue Voice had to say those naughty things. I'm a pony. It's only that I'm a pony. So, okay, here's the thing though, right? The suit talks to her like she is a living creature. But Puppysmiles also talks at the same time, right? But then it says deceased, and I don't know. Yes, you are indeed. A beautiful, desperate pony. A feminine voice echoed in Puppy's thoughts. This surprised the filly and scared her. Who was talking? All right. Introductions. I'm you, Puppysmiles. What a beautiful obsession you have. What a delicious innocence you can't... delicious innocence. You can't be a robot at all. Trust me. Yeah, another voice. And she was also convinced that she was Puppysmiles. The filly was even more confused, but the new voice told the filly that she was no robot, so maybe she was a friend. Listen to me, little pony, because I will tell you only the honest truth. You are a pony. If you weren't, I couldn't even exist. We went through centuries of deep sleep and days of hunger and delusion, but now you have fallen, and I must intervene. Let me help you open your eyes, and you won't be a hermit crab in a cracked shell anymore. I'm so confused. Is this like a angel and devil on the shoulder type of thing? Now Puppy was scared. This voice was talking weird, and she wasn't even sure if what she wanted from her, but it felt strange, in a strange and itchy way, like a Pinkie Pie itch. Simple minds are truly blessed. Pay attention, accept my help, and you'll be out of this place and back on the road to finding your mother before the sun rises. Maybe this was just a bad dream. Puppy had once dreamed of being unable to run very far, well, or something like that. Then she woke up all wrapped up in the sheets, and Mom arrived, hugging her and saying that she wasn't mad, even she wet the bed, and that everything was all right. Yes, just a bad dream. No blue voice telling her bad things, and no ghostly voices scaring her in the dark, dead room, with only company of 2 skeletons. Oh, silly pony, you are not having bad dreams. You are a bad dream. What the heck does that mean? But with some more insight, you could be better. With a resolve like yours and such an obsession and stubbornness, we could be a nightmare. Nightmare. Emphasis on the nightmare. Ooh, but Luna's dead, though. Unless it's the spirit of Nightmare Moon itself. That might be a thing. I don't know. We could be a nightmare. What does that mean? What does it mean? Puppy wasn't sure that this new voice was trustworthy. It wasn't the usual don't talk with strangers thing. It was more a deep sense of cold and sadness that emanated from it. Her instinct was screaming at her to not listen to the newcomer, but she was scared and alone in the dark, and the little pony wasn't even sure if she really was a pony at all. She wanted help. She needed help. She wanted Mr. Voice back. You are scared. It can work if you don't accept me willingly. It can't work if you don't accept me willingly. I can't help you as long as you won't open your eyes. But simple minds take time to accept new things. I'm going away, but soon we'll talk again, and I'm sure that the next time you'll ask me to show you how to become better. Until then, take back your friend, Mr. Voice, as a sign of goodwill. A pink dot flickered on the HUD, immediately followed by a torrent of lines that flashed across Puppy's helmet, while the internal software of the suit came back to life. Reboot complete. Checking version. Pink suits 7.0 light. Checking equipment status. All systems online. Resuming last session. Loading personal data for subject 001. Puppysmiles. Subject deceased. Condition stable. All clear. How can you be dead and stable? Condition. How does that work? How does that work? There is something going on. There is a big lore drop here. I can't keep up with it. Footnote level up 8. New perk added, Pack Rat. Wait a moment, I think I have that. Carry weight is increased by 50 pounds. New quest perk added, Walking Nightmare. Rank 1. There's something more than simple purpose in the way you keep pursuing your goals. You are now highly resistant to EMP grenades. What the heck is going on with this frickin' child? What the heck is going on? Nightmare? I swear it might be like the old World Blues New Vegas thing. The suits. Oh my gosh, this is just freaking weird. She looks normal in the picture right there. Maybe they are. I don't know. Everybody, comment something down below. What'd you like about this part? Let me know. Give me some feedback here. Obviously, I've been having audio issues and everything lately, and I probably will for the foreseeable future because life just hates me. But yeah, comment. What do you think's gonna happen? You know, what do you think? This little dude right here is normal? No, they're obviously not normal. That's a dumb question. You get the idea. But yeah, folks, as always, I will see you all in the next one.